What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We up in this thing talking about the World Series of Boxing tournament, man. I'm gonna do a final thought prediction on Regis, Prograis, and Terry Flanagan, and then the following week I get to Ryan Martin taking on Josh Taylor, and Regis Prograis believes his fellow promotional stablemate Ivan Baraksha, who's fighting his undercard in New Orleans this weekend, is going to meet him in the finals. Obviously, I'm picking Josh Taylor to win the whole thing, but obviously Josh Taylor has a tough fight versus Ryan Martin November 3rd, I think it is. That's a really, really tough fight. If he get past that fight, I think that may be his toughest test in the tournament. And he'll have the most proven tough tests in the tournament. Even more than Relic, even though he had a tough loss, robbery, I believe it was, to Ricky Burns. And he beat Rancis Bartholomew. But I think, with a win over Ryan Martin, winning over Victor Postile, I believe that Josh Taylor is the most proven fighter in the tournament. I like Regis Prograis, but always had questions about him. Anybody that's as old as he is at 29 years old, and it's just now starting to extend in the sport, you always got to ask yourself, why didn't he pop earlier? And probably reasons he didn't pop earlier is because he's with Lou DiBella, and Lou DiBella ain't that big time. And he ain't aligned with Al Heyman, but Regis Prograis is a phenomenal fighter. It would shock me if he won the whole thing. He got good hand speed, good power. He's very, very smart. Better defense than people believe. So it wouldn't shock me if he won the whole thing. Unbelievable fighter. It would shock me if he lost to Terry Flanagan. You know what I'm saying? Flanagan is a good boxer. Prograis is more than a puncher. He's a calculated fighter with a lot of punching power and a lot of accuracy and a lot of IQ. He's a very, very smart fighter. But I believe that Josh Taylor is the more complete fighter at this time, in my opinion. Josh Taylor is, got a lot of speed, very, very dynamic in his approach. He got the most proven victories, man. I know people are going to say, well, Victor Postile ducked Regis Prograis. Well, that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He gave Josh Taylor a tough fight. Josh Taylor got that experience. I can't do nothing about it. And it was a tough fight for Josh Taylor, but Regis Prograis hasn't had a tough fight in his career yet. And, maybe next round he have a tough fight. I think his next round is going to be versus Relic, I believe. And then Josh Taylor win versus Ryan Martin. It'll be versus Baraksha. So, some people think Relic will beat Regis Prograis. So, I just want to do a video on who I favor. I did one a while ago. Probably got lost in the sauce. Got mixed up in the shuffle. But, I'm picking Josh Taylor to win the whole tournament, man. I think Josh Taylor is a dynamic fighter. If you just, talking about, his flaws as a fighter, defense, it's a common flaw coming from fighters from the United Kingdom. Just like his ability to move at the waist, his ability to move his head off the spot is lacking, to say the least. But he does everything else well. He got amazing footwork. He's a switch hitter, righty or lefty. I call him the White Tennis Crawford. A dynamic punching power. Shane McGuigan, amazing trainer, amazing coach, whatever you want to call him. Excellent body puncher to the head and to the body. But like I said, the defense, it was worries me about Josh Taylor. If anything, if he can shore up that defense and just not, he does the cover thing where he put the peekaboo on and then he'll wait for you to done punch and then catch you away on the back end. Those are things that I don't like. But with a guy with like 13 fights or something like that, he got more experience versus better level competition than everybody else in the tournament. People can argue Relic if you want to, but I like his competition level better. Postile or Harry Davies and now Ryan Martin. If you can get past Ryan Martin, which I don't think is a given. And I think if Ryan Martin gets past Josh Taylor, which like I said, I think that's gonna be Josh Taylor's toughest fight of the tournament. It's just my opinion. If you can get past, if Ryan Martin get past Josh Taylor, I believe he won in the whole thing as well. I think the winner out of Josh Taylor and Ryan Martin is going to win the entire World Boxing Super Series tournament. Because if Ryan Martin get that victory over Josh Taylor, that's better than anybody victory they had in the tournament. And And like I said, people gonna have different perspective, but I done broke down the tapes of almost, I done seen every fighter fight in this tournament. I'm not saying I extensively seen everybody fight, but I've seen Ivan Barach. I'm not impressed. Anthony Aguette, I'm not impressed. Relic, I'm impressed. It wouldn't surprise me if he pulled up and won the tournament neither. I like him. Okay. Regis Prograis, I'm impressed. Josh Taylor, I'm impressed. Ryan Martin, I'm impressed. Javansky already lost. I never was impressed with him. Julius Ndago knocked him out in a matter of seconds. But like I said, a lot of people putting a lot of hope and stock into Regis Prograis. And like I said, I believe Martin, Taylor winner, will go ahead and win this tournament. That's just my personal opinion. I like Regis Prograis a lot. If he wins, I'm happy for him. He's a really stand-up guy, really cool guy, interacts with his fans. Really good hand speed, good power, good footwork. I'm not knocking him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a really, really solid dude, man. But as boxing, I'm not a fanboy channel. I just tell you how I see it. But he bringing smoke, dog, and he would have had the WBC real title in here if Jose Ramirez wasn't ducking him. You know what I'm saying? But that's the fact of the matter of it is, man. So I just wanted to speak on the World Super Series of Boxing tournament, 140-pound division. Another fight, 2 fights going down this weekend, live from New Orleans. So if you're in the New Orleans area, go ahead and go out there and check them out. The main event will be Prograis taking on Terry Flanagan, which I'll talk about tomorrow and kind of do a breakdown on the final thoughts. And also Ivan Barach taking on, I think, Sweden's own Anthony Aguette. Anthony Aguette, he all right, but I'm not super impressed with him. Barach is a young boy, wild, can punch, but doesn't change the speed of his punches. I can see him one day throwing his shoulder out, or I can see him in this tournament getting knocked out highlight reel style. So he's just too out of place. He ain't fought nobody. Too wild. But it's it's a solid tournament. Obviously, Maurice Hooker could not jump in it. I heard people constantly ask me why Maurice Hooker didn't get in it, because the Top Rank made the WBO order mandatory versus Alex Acedo. So he'd be fighting Alex Acedo November 16th, live from Oklahoma City. I don't know how the champ has to go to the challenger's backyard, but Maurice Hooker was welcome to it. He's with the Zone, but obviously the Zone lost the purse bid, if you didn't know. So, and then he will go on after fighting Alex Acedo. He probably will go on to fight Jose Ramirez. And I think all those fights are winnable for all 3 of the fighters. Acedos, Jose, Ramirez, and Maurice Hooker. Ain't none of them really shit, in my opinion. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm not impressed with none of them, but they're winnable fights. You know what I'm saying? All of them is they shouldn't even be world title holders, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think the elite class of 140 pound is if Mikey comes back down, which is not, it's not gonna happen right now. Obviously, he's gonna be fighting Errol Spence Jr. But the class of division is Taylor, Prograis in no Pacific order, and Relic. And I think people are going to find out who Ryan Martin is. But what worries me about Ryan Martin is he's trained with Abel Sanchez for the last couple of years, I think. And we know Abel Sanchez is an overrated trainer that teaches no defense. And that's what worried me. I think Ryan Martin needed a coach that could bring out his full potential and his full athletic ability. And if you keep fucking with Abel Sanchez, he going to end up like Terry Norris. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But maybe his overall Olympic pedigree and amateur background can supersede the bullshit that Abel Sanchez is coaching him. But he did have a tough fight with Regis Prescott, which that shouldn't have happened. But that just probably shows you where this is going. But he got a lot of potential. I'm going to stay on that. The winner of Josh Taylor and Ryan Martin November 3rd is going to go ahead and win the tournament. That's going to be my bold prediction out of all the tournaments. I talked about the 118-pound division again. I talked about both a while ago. So I think this deserved to be rebuffed and talked about again for all my boxing heads. So shout out to everybody holding us down. Goodfellas Sports TV. If you want to reach me, video request, business acquired, email, or you can DM me on Facebook. Our like page is in the description as well. If you want to make a donation, that link's there as well. Appreciate everybody for holding us down like whoa. One time for the one time we grinding. Real boxing talk, man. No redundant boxing subjects, man. We setting the trend. We talking all different types of sports and all different types of boxing. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment. We gone.